What's up everybody, how's everyone doing? Today I'm going to make a second video to the video I published like a week ago about Tobias's team. Now that video did really well, it got 600 views. Yes, 600 views is a lot to me, but it also got a lot of comments. Now one comment particularly made me do this part too. Basically this guy was saying how Tobias lost to Cynthia, which is true, and so the rest of his team couldn't have been filled with legendaries, because a team filled with legendaries couldn't possibly lose to Cynthia. Now, although that makes a lot of sense, I have a second theory that basically suggests Tobias's legendaries weren't that strong. The theory goes like this basically. Tobias's legendary Pokemon were severely underleveled. Now, the reason why I'm suggesting this is because I'm going to watch Tobias and Ash's match, the semi-final Frontier, and go through every time Tobias's Pokemons got a hit. Not Ash launching an attack and it getting overpowered by Tobias's Pokemon. Not Ash launching an attack and Tobias's Pokemon dodging it. I'll be counting the times Tobias's Pokemon actually got hit by Ash's attacks. This is because I am theorizing Tobias's Pokemon weren't that strong. So let's get into it. But first, can we just talk about how good the intro to Sinnoh League Victors was? This has to be one of my favorite Pokemon intros of all time. Granted, I only watched the first 4 regions. Anyways, let's watch the episode Semi-Final Frontier. So naturally, Tobias calls out his Darkrai. And Meowth's like, check it out, this guy has a Darkrai, like Team Rocket hasn't been selling shit at the Sinnoh League. Anyways, as a response to Darkrai, Ash calls out his Heracross, which is a good type combination for Darkrai. The problem here is Ash uses Hyper Beam, which is a normal type move. Darkrai uses Ice Beam, which cancels out the Hyper Beam. But anyways, Heracross goes for Mega Horn afterwards, which means I guess Darkrai's Ice Beam is super powerful, and in response Darkrai goes for Dark Void, which puts Heracross to sleep. After getting put to sleep, Ash tells Heracross to use Sleep Talk, which results in Heracross using Mega Horn. Now Mega Horn makes a direct hit on Darkrai, but Darkrai uses Dream Eater, and that's all she wrote for Heracross, not giving 2 fucks about type advantage. But now keep in mind, Ash only has 1 direct hit on Darkrai so far. That too, Darkrai recovered some damage with Dream Eater. So the little damage Ash did do to Darkrai kinda doesn't really matter. But moving on, Ash now sees how powerful Darkrai really is. So thinking long and hard, Ash decides to bring out his worst fire type, his fucking Torkoal. This Pokemon is so shit, but Ash brought it. Anyways, the camera cuts to Darkrai, and you can already tell what Darkrai's thinking. He's kinda insulted that Ash brought out Torkoal, and he knows he's about to annihilate Torkoal. Torkoal goes for Flamethrower, Darkrai goes for Dark Pulse, and knocks out Torkoal in 1 move. And Ash acts all shocked. Like, you seriously brought Torkoal over your Charizard? Really? Now keep in mind, Darkrai gets no damage from this fight. Ash just takes a massive L. Now we know Ash is notorious for making wrong decisions in crucial times, and his next Pokemon is Gible. Now this would fly if it was a Garchomp, but we know Ash is notorious for not evolving his Pokemon. He does use a super effective Rock Smash, but it's Rock Smash, how much damage could it really have done? Darkrai uses Ice Beam, and to Gible's credit, he dodges that shit, cause that would have been a 1-hit knockout. Gible goes for Draco Meteor, and Darkrai dodges all of them, and decides to end the battle with a point-blank Dark Pulse. This unsurprisingly knocks out Gible, but keep in mind, Darkrai took little damage from the first 3 fights. Now you might be saying that these are 2 super effective moves, but Darkrai recovered a little with Dream Eater, and Rock Smash's base power is 40. Now it's really important that you keep that in mind, because Ash's next Pokemon actually knocks out Darkrai. Now Ash calls out Sceptile, and Darkrai dodges Sceptile's attack, which is pretty cool because Sceptile actually caught a Speed Form Deoxys. Anyways, Darkrai hits it with a super effective Ice Beam, then puts it to sleep with Dark Void. While Sceptile is asleep, Darkrai takes advantage and tries to use Dream Eater. Now Dream Eater does connect, which means Darkrai recovers more HP from this. Sceptile eventually wakes up because Ash is crying for it, hits a little 1-2 Leaf Blade on Darkrai, and voila, after 3 direct hits throughout the whole battle, Darkrai is defeated. Keep in mind, Darkrai did recover with Dream Eater twice, and Rock Smash isn't even that strong of a move. So how could this be? How could a mythical Pokemon like Darkrai fall to only 3 moves? In my opinion, there can only be one answer. And we should look no further than to the game. Darkrai on New Moon Island is level 50. And in Diamond and Pearl, it's even worse, with its level being 40. So my theory is, Tobias' Darkrai is actually just level 40. Or 50 if you want to be generous. The reason why I think this is because Darkrai lost to only 3 moves. That's the same amount of moves Ash's Sceptile lost to. Actually, Ash's Sceptile actually won against Darkrai and took more damage from Latios. Now, I'm not going to bother you guys with the Latios play-by-play, but just note this guy is cheesed. His Latios comes out and it's like a military jet doing an air show. It finally comes down to rest and collides with Ash's Sceptile. Ultimately, it takes virtually no damage from Sceptile and knocks it out. The same thing can be said for Ash's Swallow. It gets knocked out in one hit. How could this guy possibly think an aerial battle with Latios was a good idea? Anyways, Ash is left with 1 Pokemon. And keep in mind, at this point, Latios has little to no damage. It overpowered Sceptile with Giga Impact and didn't even get touched by Swallow. It's also about to battle a Pikachu, whose electric type moves it resists. Now you might be thinking Latios completely crushes Pikachu. However, they draw. I'm going to give you the quick rundown of what happens. Pikachu has 2 clean hits of Thunderbolt on Latios. Then he uses Light Screen and Ash uses Thunderbolt 2 more times. And then this iconic scene happens when Pikachu cuts through Luster Purr and uses an Iron Tail on Latios. Meaning Latios only got hit 3 full times and 2 times with Thunderbolt with a Light Screen. And keep in mind, he resists electric. And he had no prior damage done to him. Now, what does that tell us about his Latios? It's pretty simple. Latios was at level 35 Latios from Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Now, obviously, I'm joking, but the moral of the story is Tobias' legendary Pokemon were super weak. The proof is right in front of us. There's no reason why Tobias' Darkrai lost to just 3 moves, while Latios lost to 5 moves, 4 of which he resisted, while also 2 Thunderbolts were cut in half with Light Screen. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, well, the anime and the games are 2 different things. Legendary Pokemon in the anime are given a higher status than in the games. After all, we never see Ash catch any legendary Pokemon, like the protagonist in the games. However, the games and the anime have some links to them, and not all legendaries can be caught at such low levels. Also, exclusively looking at the anime, if Ash can beat Darkrai and Latios, then why can't Cynthia's Garchomp? Cynthia's Garchomp can probably take down Latios without having much resistance. The same could be said about Cynthia's Lucario taking out Darkrai. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree or disagree with my theory? Let me know in the comments below. Sorry if any of the images I took were pretty shitty. I literally just took pictures with my camera while watching on the TV because I was too lazy to go get screenshots. And yeah, let's try to get this video to 1,000 views. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.